What is going on, YouTube and everybody around the world? This is Silent Mix, and today I am here to give my review for WWE SmackDown, September 6, 2016. And I must say, this was a very interesting SmackDown, and good at the same time. I personally thought this was better than yesterday's Raw. Without further ado, let's go over everything that had happened. So the night kicked off with Daniel Bryan mentioning about the Women's Championship, and then Becky Lynch coming out, and then eventually, who else came out? I think it was then Natalya, and then Alexa Bliss and Carmella popped out of nowhere. I thought this was okay, just basically a build-up to what would be later on would be a 6-woman tag team match later on. So that was kind of just a promotional thing for the 6-woman match. I thought it was okay, nothing too exciting. Up next, we had The Miz versus Apollo Crews. I thought this was a fine match. I like the athleticism of Apollo Crews. Dolph Ziggler was out on commentary. I thought he was alright. He was talking about that if he were to lose this match this Sunday, that he would have to find an alternative route and going back to school. Kind of off on that one, but other than that, I thought Dolph was fine. Apollo Crews suffered another defeat by the hands of The Miz with the skull-crushing finale. Miz picked up the win. I love the ending where Ziggler had Miz's title, and Ziggler is begging The Miz to come into the ring to get his title. And besides The Miz going in there, he has his wife Maryse to grab the title for him. And Ziggler was all like, "Really? Are you kidding me?" I really liked that angle there. And oh God, Miz is such a good heel, and I really think he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. And after that promo that he had on Talking Smack with Daniel Bryan, I think he should be recognized a little bit more. At least that's how I feel. But the match was fine. The ending segment was good. I liked it. I give it a 2.75 out of 5. Then there was a backstage segment on the Talking Smack segment. AJ came out and he insults a poor cameraman, basically bringing up to what happened last week where his balls got hurt, and Styles was saying, "You think this is funny? How would you feel if you got fired and you let your family down? You think they will laugh about it?" Styles is such a good heel right now. I'm really enjoying his heel run. I think, honestly, this is probably his best heel run he's ever done. If not the best, at least close to being the best. I know his heel runs in TNA when he was still with the company, I wasn't a fan of. I never watched his heel days in New Japan, but I heard they were good. And this I really like as well. Really like it. It's that cocky, smug heel that you just, you want to cheer for him, but you kind of want to boo at the same time. But I love it. I think AJ's doing a tremendous job with this gimmick that he's doing. Tremendous job whatsoever. And then we get the 6-woman match. It was Alexa Bliss, Carmella, Natalya versus Naomi, Nikki Bella, and Becky Lynch. This was really nothing special. It was kind of slow at some points. Kind of picked up a little bit towards the end. But in the end, surprisingly, at least I took this as a surprise, Carmella puts on the Code of Silence submission and makes Nikki Bella tap out. So a win for the heels. Granted, I don't think Carmella is not going to win the women's title. I would be completely shocked as hell if that was the case. But I'll be giving my prediction on that either Friday night or more so Saturday night. It depends. I think I may do it more Saturday scene, that would be more of the official card. Yeah, I think I'll probably do it like Saturday evening, now that I think about it. But, like I said, it was kind of a boring match. Really nothing too much to see. I give it maybe a star and 3/4. Like I said, it was really nothing special. Up next, I was actually looking forward to this match, but I actually liked what they did here, and I'm going to explain why. We had the Usos versus American Alpha. So the Usos extend their hands. They show a show of respect. Bell rings. The Usos get a pre-anthem strike. So they're beating on Alpha, and then Alpha gets some motivation back, and then they hit the grand altitude on, I don't know if it was Jimmy Uso or Jey Uso, one of the Usos, and they pick up the win. This match literally lasted just 30 seconds. I think it was like maybe 30 seconds. Now, a lot of people would give this a dud or an NA and say that, oh, this match was a letdown. Here's why I think this wasn't a letdown. Here's why I think this was good. One, you had the Usos doing a pre-anthem strike on the good guys, which is something that heels would do. Match lasted for only 30 seconds. The American Alpha got the win. Usos is giving the handshake, and they do, but then they turn heel right there. And then they injure Chad Gable's leg. So now Chad Gable's questionable for the Backlash tournament. I thought this was some good stuff here. And it was about time that the Usos finally turned heel. It was long overdue, and I personally think they're going to do better as a heel. They're going to do better as a heel tag team run than a face run, and I'm actually looking forward to it. Like I said, this was a short, very short match, but the segments they showed here, I think, were definitely worth seeing. As crazy as this may sound, I give it a 2. Like I said, the match itself was maybe about a half a star out of 5, but I would say the 3 key points really gave benefits for this outcome here. So I give kudos for the Usos turning heel. Then there was another backstage segment with AJ and another guy, one of the employees. He smashes his phone, says, "You think this is funny?" Once again, this was just fantastic stuff from AJ. Really fantastic heel stuff. There was a very quick Fandango dance thing. I don't even know what the hell you wanted to call it. With some random chick. Nothing too much to see. Kane came out, did the chokeslam, the Fandango. Crowd chanted something. I didn't really hear what they said, and then ended right there. Up next was the Hype Bros versus Slater and Rhino. I thought this was an okay match. Really nothing to see here. Slater did most of the work here. And then once Rhino got tagged in, he did the gore, and the match was over like that. 1, 2, 3. I give this maybe once again a star and 3/4 out of 5. And then finally, the AJ Dean Ambrose promo. I thought these two guys did a good job with building their match up to Sunday. I love where Dean Ambrose gave AJ a trophy, and AJ said that I don't need anybody to hand me a trophy, and Dean Ambrose basically calling AJ that you're the guy that's in second place. Even after you beat it, John Cena, you're still the guy in second place. Something along those lines, but really good stuff. AJ low blows him, and right at the end, you kind of see AJ do the gun finger to Dean, and then they quickly cut it away from that, and that's how the show ended. I thought it was some good stuff. Overall, like I said, this was a very interesting, and I thought for this kind of SmackDown for the build-up, I thought it was good. Once again, the AJ promo stuff was good. AJ against Dean Ambrose, the AJ Ambrose promo was good. The Usos an alpha segment was really good. I like that. Everything else was just either okay or who cares. Actually, I would say the okay ones was The Miz, and that's it. But yes, overall, I give the score of... Now, you got to remember here, this is a 2-hour show, so obviously this is going to be a higher rating or higher score. I give it a 6.75. This definitely beat it Raw, at least in my opinion. As I mentioned in my previous review, Raw took a nosedive after that hour-and-a-half mark. But SmackDown I thought was at least enjoyable. Very enjoyable show. Alright, well, with that being said, this wraps it up for SmackDown, September 6, 2016. Join me back tomorrow as I do the NXT and CWC review. And once again, this Saturday, somewhere around the evening, I will be doing a predictions, and I will also be giving my review, or not review, my prediction on UFC 203, featuring finally the debut of CM Punk. Stick around for that, ladies and gentlemen. As always, subscribe, share this video, and follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Take care, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow for the NXT and CWC review. Have a good one.